The freaking audio issues killing me. Okay, I think it's because I was trying to play, a lot of times I play music, like in the background on DeFi Kingdoms. Tell me, is the audio better this time? So I think as soon as Doug came on, I turned off the DeFi Kingdoms, background music that I always try to play. I think it messed it up. Killing me. I was just listening to it. Killing me. But I wanted to get back on anyways and dive deeper into what should we do about this crypto market? It's so crazy. All this going on. Okay. And here's what's crazy to me is that it didn't really take much, okay, to crash these banks. Several banks are getting bailed out. They're not full blown getting bailed out like back in 2008. So they're able to get away with that, right? They're able to kind of say that it's not actually a bailout. Well, here's why. How are they able to say that it's not actually a bailout? Well, they're just only crediting the depositors this time. So they're like, in their mind, they're able to justify saying it's not a bailout. Okay. So like people who are investing into the bank and then the bank crashes, they don't get bailed out this time. I guess that was the case last time. I don't know. It's crazy to me. It's like, you talk about magic internet money, okay, that people accuse crypto being, it's the US dollar. It's like when I play poker with my kids here, you know what's going on? And how's the audio, guys? Tell me, is the audio crappy again? Please let me know if it is. But when I'm playing poker with the kids, and my kids get knocked out, guess what we do? Oh, we got some more chips back there in the back. You just go to the bank, grab some more chips, get back in here, baby. That's how we roll. And that's also how the banks roll. That's how our US dollar rolls. Let's get some fake monopoly money, right? You run out of money in Monopoly. We got another Monopoly set somewhere. Let's just grab some of the money out of there. Let's just fake phony internet money, so what happens? All these banks are a thin house of cards. Doesn't take much. We didn't even know, it was like we weren't alarmed that these banks would start collapsing. Where did this even come from? It's not like there's an onslaught of attacks against these banks, right? Is there? No, there's not. It doesn't even take much to collapse these banks. Okay. And then the Fed can just step in and bail it out, right? So that, in the short term, that's good. So we didn't have USDC crashing. But here's the problem. So we're trying to be, okay, audio's better. Thank you, Scoopy and Ryder and Three Wolves, baby, and Sir Jewel Staker. I love you guys. Yes. Okay. And so here's what's going on. It's crazy. So we have crypto and decentralized finance. We're trying to get out of this crazy, evil, hardcore, corrupt system that we live in. The banks control everything. They control the politicians. The politicians, they all control the news as well, the narratives that go out there. We see all these, it's just ruled by the powers that be. So what happens? 2008, the banks crash, house of cards collapse. Also, the government steps in, bails it out with fake magic money that they print out of thin air. Then what also happens? Satoshi Nakamoto steps up, whoever he is, develops Bitcoin. Totally decentralized, can't be controlled, can't be hacked, can't be duplicated, can't be manipulated, completely decentralized. The value of Bitcoin is in the network. You can't mess with it. You can't hack it. Okay, it's beautiful. It's a finite amount. It's basically deflationary because there's like something to the tune of 6 million Bitcoin, I think, around 6 million Bitcoin lost in cyberspace. That will never be found again. Okay, baby, that's right. Start over. 1.5 XP just started. Okay, so we're trying to break out of that, right? We don't want to be in bed with the banks and the shady government. That's why we're here. Okay, so we're in DeFi Kingdoms, baby. Next best thing, the best kept secret in crypto, DeFi Kingdoms. Okay, Jewel. Baby, that's like our stable coin is Jewel. All right. So yeah, it's math. Technology and truth always win in the end. Okay, but here's the deal. Who's controlling even this? It's all manipulated. USD coin, Circle, super corrupt, Embed, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs. It's all tied to the banks. Okay. And all these stable coins, Tether. Okay. All these, it's just so much corruption. Okay. Especially behind USDC. I don't trust it at all. Okay. So, but hey, you know, it's kind of been our stable outlet. Well, how stable is it? It's amazing to me how it just didn't hardly take anything. Okay. Versus we had an actual decentralized stablecoin a year ago that's truly decentralized. And they were creating a Terra Luna. They were creating an actual debit card, okay, where you could completely 100% bypass the banks. Completely 100% bypass the banks. They debit card with your Terra Station wallet app, which always perfectly works without problems seamlessly all the time. By the way, shout out to Cosmos. Okay, always working was the Terra Station wallet. We couldn't get it here, of course, in America. We couldn't get it yet, but they had debit cards, South Korea, different places in the world. And they were trying to get it here in America. And so also what drives me crazy about the narratives, you would think more people know this, you know, when they're talking about, if you don't know, you know, where the interest rates are coming, then you're the interest rates or what's the saying? Hello, brain. Okay. Then you're the yield. If you don't know where the yield is coming from, you're the yield or whatever the statement is. Well, Terra Luna Anchor Protocol was an income generating platform. Okay. It was a lending platform that based off the fees generated from the lending platform, which it was a brilliant lending platform also. Okay. Then it had a pool of money from the fees generated from the lending platform that then paid the UST stakers. That's how that worked. And for a year, I was in it. I was in Terra Luna when it was at 50 cents. And I was in Anchor Protocol when the market cap of UST was less than $1 billion. And guess what was happening to that fund? Because the lending was creating more income than was being paid out, okay, in interest to the UST. That fund was actually growing over a year's time. And at times it even almost hit, because it's an algorithm and all how it worked. Sometimes at one point it even got up to like 23, 24, 25% interest. Okay. But it usually was around 19 to 20% interest for most of that. And that fund was growing. Well, what happened? The banks felt this for the first time in banking history. The banks were threatened for the first time. $20 billion in 3 months flew out of the banks into UST. Okay. And then of course, tons of like there was like $12 billion, right, in Anchor Protocol. And so what Do Kwon was doing was he was trying to quickly, his vision was to have over 100 coins now in there where you can lend against. And they had just added Cosmos, Solana, Avalanche. There's a whole lot going with it. He was going to add 100 coins and therefore increase the revenue and try and stabilize that out. But because the growth was so fast, temporarily, he was manufacturing money, you know, into that fund. And that's what everybody knew. And so then you had everybody, the narratives, everybody on YouTube. Oh, he's just like throwing money in there. This is a Ponzi scheme. Didn't have a clue with actually what was going on. Okay. So anyways, to set the record straight, driving me crazy. And then Terra Luna had an absolute malicious onslaught of attacks happening against them for several days in a row of billions of dollars and playing the market and shorting versus buying to mess it all up, to mess up the peg. And it was a malicious attack against it. But let me tell you, Terra Luna was the best chances we've had that I know of in a true decentralized stablecoin. Because how can we actually make this work in the real world? How can I go buy, you know, milk at the grocery store with my Bitcoin? You know, that's what we got to figure out. Well, hey, Kong, you could come on if you want. Kong, Stomp, you guys, Kong, I was giving you a shout out last video. It's like, got to get Kong in here, baby. We've been talking about him jumping on. Okay, if you're able to, hit me up. I'll send you a message. Okay. At the end of this, you can jump on. We can talk about this. Okay. So, okay. So I've heard about this. What's it called? DJET or something, Cardano stablecoin that apparently is a decentralized stablecoin. That sounds interesting. Maybe Cardano is actually going to somehow, someday, in the far, far distant future, perhaps, maybe someday, all these crazy visions that Charles Hoskinson constantly is talking about all the time, maybe one day it'll actually come true. We'll see. That would be amazing. Okay. Right. And so it was killing me how everyone like turned against Do Kwon. Is just now the way Do Kwon then responded to all that was weird. I don't think Do Kwon was a bad actor. I really don't think so. I would be shocked if he was, but the way he's responded since all that went down is weird. So it does raise suspicions like, what the hell was he doing? Even through a lot of that, could have handled it a lot better. Okay. All right. So that's a concern. Where the hell do we put our money? Okay. Where is Apple going to put their money? There's $250 billion of cash, okay, in Apple's account. Where do they want to go? Do they want to go to the banks where it's just a house of cards? What do they want to do? What are you going to do? Go into gold? Maybe go into gold. But really, okay, when you buy gold, like as a futures ETF, or something, it's not actually backed by gold. So much of that is BS manipulated, weird. It's weird. Okay. I don't trust that. So the real hardcore gold people are like, you got to actually have the gold, so they got these massive safes of gold and silver. That's interesting. Okay. That's an option to actually have the physical gold. What do we do? Okay. Do we buy stocks? The stock market, I think, is taking a hit today. Tell me if I'm wrong. Where's the best spot to look at? Like, is there like a coin market cap or a coin gecko of the stock market? I never pay much attention to it. I just kind of follow guys that do and just kind of follow what they're saying. But I wonder how it's doing. I know the banks. So the bank runs have continued today, but the government is there, and talk about how stealthy normally, like the government, if you want them to do something, it takes like years, okay? Because it's such a slow moving, awful, terrible, inefficient, evil process to get anything done. The government never can get anything done in any type of timely manner. But, oh, baby, when the banks go down, woo, look out. They're like stealth mode, stealthy. They show up this weekend. They get it done. And boom, markets back to normal. Like, it's crazy. People get their money back. No problem. Done right away. Like, boom, Monday morning, everything's good. It's like, really? Wouldn't that normally take like at least a week or something to get the government to get their shit together to actually do that? Not when it's their banks, baby. The banks that are in bed with everything, that control everything. And the banks are threatened by Bitcoin. They don't like Bitcoin. They create all the false narratives about crypto, about decentralized finance. Okay. And it's easy to throw stones and point. Okay. Trading view for mainstream crypto and stocks. Interesting. Okay. Stomp. I love you, Stomp. Man, got to get you on the channel, baby. Okay. Doing all kinds of things with Mythic Squad. I'm loving it. Okay. So what do we do with our money? Right? So with Bitcoin, I think Bitcoin is going to replace gold, right? It just makes way more sense than buying gold. Bitcoin, I mean, let's just listen to Michael Saylor, listen to everything about Bitcoin. Okay, countries are buying gold in record amounts. I think the vision would be to create a new currency backed by gold, but we've seen this story before. Humans will demand transparency this time, right? And it's like the governments are so freaking corrupt. It's such an awful terrible system. It's just like hopeless. Unless, like Singapore, you just have a benevolent dictator that just steps up and does everything. It's like the only thing. Everything is just a fiasco. And so a lot of people are like, yeah, I learned a lot of things over the last, I learned all these lessons that we learned, from the Terra Luna situation. I remember all kinds of people were saying that. Okay, here's what I learned is that we're screwed. Basically, the banks control everything. They're going to wreck. They manipulate everything, and they'll wreck you if you threaten them. And the only way to make money on this is to kind of like ride their coattails, basically. So it's like, and Kwon got all arrogant, okay, and was like way being crazy arrogant. And even though he was the bomb, he was always doing what's right, and then he just tried to take on head on the banks and just got squashed, absolutely annihilated and squashed. Yeah. And who do you trust to hold the gold, right? And so, and apparently, I remember like 6 months ago, they just magically, randomly found tons of gold. Okay. There was like, I think there's mega manipulation with gold and all that. Everything gets corrupted and manipulated in this world, except Bitcoin, baby. Can't do it. Can't corrupt it. Can't change it. It would take all the governments coming together to try and attack that. They really can't at this point. It's basically just, that's what makes Bitcoin. It's fully decentralized pretty much. It's like 99.99999% fully decentralized. And that only continues to improve and get better and better. Okay. As far as the decentralization of Bitcoin, where no one controls it, you can't change it. You can't do anything to it. You can't hack it. Baby, it's sound, true, hard money is Bitcoin. That's the only thing that's fully decentralized that we can really trust. Ethereum is the probably second best as far as decentralized crypto. Now, I know that Charles Hoskinson, talks a lot about Cardano. That's his vision. Okay, so maybe he's right. Cardano, I don't know. It's still, I feel like it's a long shot at this point because I'm just for years and years and years and years, I've been listening to him, talk about all these grandiose vision and things. But it just doesn't work. It's not easy. It's slow. It's like, but he has had some upgrades. I don't know. Maybe it'll get better. We're hoping. So yeah, start the video over. We just talked about Bitcoin. Okay. So 1.5x speed, start over. So I'm trying to think, okay, what's going on here? What's going to happen? Okay. I'm always trying to think what's going on. Trying to think steps ahead of what am I not seeing? What should we do? What am I going to do? And I kind of just went in hard to Bitcoin and some to Ethereum, some to Binance Coin, and that has all really paid off. Some to a little bit to Avalanche, a little bit to Klaytn. Klaytn's been kicking butt. Yeah. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Okay. Ethereum's vision is to someday become fully decentralized too. That's Vitalik Buterin's vision. That's like his number one thing, he's focused on. He's an absolute phenomenal dude. He's another hero in the space. Okay. We got CZ. It's so weird. Okay. And I got into debate with a guy in East Denver. So much going on all over the place that we're going to hit on here. So let me just set the record straight with CZ. CZ has been continuously attacked without, just constantly, continuously attacked ever since I can remember. I got into Binance Coin at 79 cents. It's my #1 all-time gainer. And I would have done a whole hell of a lot better if I hadn't have listened to all of the narratives against CZ saying that it's fully centralized, and so this guy, we can't trust him and da-da-da-da-da-da. It was like, okay, back then especially, he was a brand new guy, came out of nowhere. CZ. And we didn't know too much about him. He was living in an apartment or something, broke, or something. And that's how far he's come. He's gone from broke, nobody, living in an apartment, to look at him now. At its peak, at his height, he was the wealthiest guy in the world by a lot, I think. And people don't even know it. Okay. And all he's ever done 100% of the time is do what's right by the people. He has the cheapest fees. He treats people, he follows the golden rule. His core values are there. That's all he's ever done. There we go. They were talking about land. I love it. Okay. So CZ, all he's ever done in his actions, always, every time, every single time, is he does what's right by the people. No one can ever say CZ screwed them over. All the attacks, all the stuff throughout the years, the governments have been going after him. Everybody's been going after him for years. And I've never, by the way, I don't even know of one single YouTuber that's like super pro CZ. Like, I don't even know of one. And I watch them all. No one ever talks about it. Hardly anyone ever talks about Binance Coin, that actually, by the way, has held up better than Bitcoin itself. By the way, that never happens. Through the last 2 cycles, Binance Coin has held up better than Bitcoin. Bitcoin, that never happens, ever. Binance Coin has held up better than Bitcoin. Think about that. Why? Why is that? Why is Binance went from a nothing, nobody exchange to, I remember they were just an eensy dinky little fraction of what Coinbase was. Coinbase was the king. Okay. And now they dwarf Coinbase. Why is that? It's because the way he treats people, doesn't rip them off, everything's always the best. Okay. And so all this stuff that constantly onslaught attacks, it has been going on ever since his existence for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. About money laundering and all this and that. Okay. And it's just non-stop. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. So first, and it's been nothing but like first China kicked him out. Okay. And so he went to Singapore. So that's another weird thing that I would call, it's always propaganda. Okay, that you hear anytime anyone is ever against CZ, almost every time you look into it, they're a bad player. They're a bad actor. It's a corrupt government. It's someone like Kevin O'Leary, who's shady, who's got ulterior motives, in bed with bad actors that we want nothing to do with in crypto. That's what I have come to see over and over again. I could write a book on CZ, on his life, about how to model a business after his core values and how he has functioned, okay, and how he operates. That's the key to success in life and in business. You follow the golden rule. You look out for the best interests of others, even over your own best interest. That's what he's done. That's why he's successful. That's what I did in my golden rule insurance company, okay? And that's why I kicked ass. Had that reputation. The reputation is worth more than anything else. Okay, of not screwing people over. Yeah, Vitalik is another great one. Never fall in love with crypto celebrities. Eventually, they pull the mask off. They haven't with CZ, even though they sure damn hard to do so. I'll tell you what. Okay, when people do the right things, the world is shocked and they attack. It's sad. We are greedy by nature. We will overcome, though, brother, in time. I love it. Okay, So been staking Jewel, and I see the glory of farming. Yes, because buying crystals all the time cool off my gameplay. Yeah, hang tight. So we're going to get to DeFi Kingdoms here in a bit. We're going to talk about other things. Okay, so so CZ comes out ahead of time. Who does this? Comes out ahead of time before, just like Kwon did, beforehand, and says, here's what we're doing. We're going to be transparent. Here's the address you can track and follow. He, by the way, had an insurance fund of $1 billion, okay, that he has used before on previous hacks within the Binance Smart Chain and different things, that he always makes it right. He always makes it happen. Always. He always is the best at everything he does. Always. That he's got a pretty long track record now, a pretty solid history. No nonsense, no shadiness. It's always, and then every time people attack him and go after him, they're always wrong. And they're usually almost always bad actors. It's like unbelievable. And so here's one thing I've learned. It doesn't matter how good of a job CZ does. It doesn't matter how awesome and honest and cool and good he is. He's always just going to be hated. There's a lesson I've learned. CZ will be hated. That's it. Okay. Doesn't matter what he does. Okay. Even with the Binance tokenomics, guess what he did? He took out of his own pocket. He's burned it's over 90% of the Binance coin burned out of existence. Didn't even have to do it. He did it. And it's deflationary. It's a deflationary coin. It might even be up to something like 92% of all Binance coin burned. It's a true blue deflationary coin. Okay. All right. So what is he doing? He comes out last night and says, I'm going to get out of Binance BUSD, because it's all tied in to what we're all trying to get out of. We're trying to get out of it. How do we actually get out of it? I don't know. Okay, but he's dumping his BUSD, buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance coin. That's what he's doing with that. Hey Zabu, I want to get you on the show too. We're talking about it on the last show. Love you guys, baby. Okay, you ever consider trading your Jewel for something else that might overperform, like AVAX or maybe Lido? Yeah, so here's kind of what I do with Jewel. Jewel is my number one holding in crypto by a pretty good amount. And I've got it staked. I've got a ton of it staked in the jeweler. Most of which is in there for at least almost 2.5 years at the minimum, and all the rest, leading on up to 3 years. Then I've got a bunch in the gardens too, tied with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Avalanche, KLAY. Okay. And so all the Jewel that I'm earning, I'm usually pumping that into, because I've got so much of it already, I'm usually going into Bitcoin, Ethereum with it. And the way that works with Jewel, by the way, all the Jewel that we're earning in the jeweler isn't being minted out of thin air. So all the summoning, all the duels, all the egg hatching, all the leveling, all the tavern fees, okay, and all those fees, I think it's 10% of that is sold. So of the crystal or jade, depending on which realm you're in, is sold and sold into Jewel right away. So it's buy pressure on Jewel, sell pressure. It is some sell pressure on crystal and jade, but 5% of that crystal or jade is burned. 10% of it is sold into Jewel and dumped into the jewelers. So, and this is why I'm super bullish on Jewel. Right now, Jewel, the sentiment of the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem is so low right now. The ecosystem is just beat down, hardcore beat down ecosystem of DeFi Kingdoms. And so people aren't doing as much summoning and egg hatching. And instead, they're dumping it all. They're just dumping everything because we're all a bunch of broke degens, all right, that, we've been so bullish. All these delays have been killing us. And so the sentiment is down. But here's the deal. hang in there, because here's what's going to happen. Okay, is that once green egg hatching comes, and it actually is coming, okay, I think 2.5 to 3.5 weeks, we'll be here. We're going to have Profession 10 level questing, an actual use case for our pets. Finally, we'll be able to attach our pets to all quests, not just Profession 10 quests, but Profession 0 quests. All quests, pets will be able to be used. And we're going to realize how beneficial it is to have these pets, okay? Because we're going to want to level up our heroes faster. It's going to help our XP. It's going to help us get more tiers. It's going to help us get more items. And so there's going to be a demand for pets. So everyone's going to buy up all the pets, but there's not even close to a number, the amount of pets that there are, the demand for the heroes. Not even close. Not even close. On top of that, there's not even enough eggs on top of the pets to cover the demand. Okay, so everybody's going to hatch all the eggs. Where are we at? Let's take a look here on the ADFK market data, baby. Shout out to Neindorf and Raf, Adventures in DeFi Kingdoms. Yeah, CZ is the top G. Yes, top G. He is. CZ is the best actor in crypto, period. I would say, my opinion. We all have different opinions. He's been the hero of crypto. Always, always, always. Even through the Terra Luna situation. He was like, okay, he was heavily into that. And he was like, you know, trying to help out Do Kwon, and Do Kwon was like tail spinning and being crazy. I don't even get it. And he's like, what are you doing? He wasn't dumping his bags at all. Zero. With the FTX situation, how did he handle that? He starts sniffing out the truth. So somebody said that CZ caused the FTX collapse. Oh, is that right? Okay, so put yourself in CZ's shoes, and you start realizing this guy you got in bed with and partnered with, FTX, that we all thought, you know, was one of the heroes in the crypto, this rising star in crypto, right? Sam Bankman-Fried. We all thought it. He started sniffing it out. This guy's shady. He then looks at his books, and it's like, whoa, ooh, bad news. All right. He knew what was going on, and he didn't know how to break the news. So finally he says, in 6 months, I'm going to begin to sell out of the FTX shares or whatever that he has. That's all it was. It's like a gentle, he tried to be gentle with it. I got the hell out of FTX right in time, thanks to CZ. Thanks to CZ. I got out of there because I didn't trust him anyways. I didn't trust Sam Bankman-Fried, but it was convenient and easy to use as a fiat on and off ramp. But I had some in there. I had a good little chunk of change in there. I got out right in time, got my ex-wife out right in time, and anybody else. Okay, thanks to CZ. And ran on crypto banter too, because he was the one that was like, all right, because Rand kept tweeting about it. I didn't think, though, that it was possible that they could be that stupid and shady. Like, Sam Bankman-Fried could have had it made if he would have just followed in the footsteps of CZ. Look out for the best interests of others, be legit, be awesome. He would have been super wealthy, but it's like people don't get it. People don't get it. You just treat people right and you be awesome and you'll be the best and you will squash the competition out there, even by not even trying. You don't even got to try. It'll just happen. And he's even trying to be supportive, right, of all these other platforms out there. Always super supportive. Okay. So thank God for that heads up. Okay. Just setting some records straight, because I still don't hardly know of one single YouTuber, even now, even still, that will say good things about CZ or the Binance Smart Chain or anything. It's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's crazy. Okay. So back to Jewel. What's going to happen is the ecosystem, the demand for the tiers, and so the demand for the pets is going to skyrocket, which is going to which is going to cause a huge demand for the tiers to hatch the eggs. And so tiers, I think, are going to, when the actual real world use case comes for pets, this is what I'm talking about. Until that comes, the sentiment is going to stay down. And it's like, because we're all beat to the ground hard. Okay. And so, but once that demand actually hits home, we will feel it. It'll be like, oh man, I need pets. I need to have pets. And if I just have a pet, if I just have a good pet to pair with my hero, he'll be twice as profitable. I'll be able to get more tiers. If I have this, if I have another pet, if I have these pets, I'll get more tiers. So we're all going to want more pets to get more tiers. So we can make more money in the game. It's coming. So we're going to want more pets. The tiers, there's not enough tiers in existence. Let's take a look here again. Here we are, the market data. Let's see where we're at. Because there's a lot of people just been dumping their tiers. They're losing patience. Okay. So first of all, the price, it's kind of come back up a little bit. It's almost at a penny. Almost at a penny. Okay. And there's, okay, on Serendale, we're now getting close to 3 million tiers on Serendale. Oh, wow. And tiers aren't, nice. Okay. So we're at about 18, we're a little over 18 million tiers in existence. Okay. Now let's check the eggs. All right. We got blue eggs. We got 32,500 eggs or more. No, we've got 33,000, closer to 33,000 blue eggs. We've got close to, about the same amount of gray eggs, a little over 33,000 gray eggs. Okay. So now we're up to 66,000 eggs. Green eggs, we're up to 40, over 42,000 green eggs. So 66,000 blue and gray eggs plus 42,000 and some change green eggs. 42,000. Okay, so that's 108 or more. It's actually undershooting it. 108,000 eggs. We haven't even gotten to the yellow eggs and the golden eggs yet. Okay, that times 200. Oh, the calculator is not going to do it. Okay, that requires close to 22 million tiers. We only have 18 million tiers, about 18 million tiers in existence. Whoa. And in liquidity, there's like a little over 100,000 tiers that you could even buy. If you wanted to go buy all the tiers and completely drain the liquidity, you could only buy about 100,000 tiers. And if you did that, by the way, that would take tiers up to like $50 per tier. This is where I can't even wrap my mind around how freaking bullish this is. Okay. So somebody actually did that and bought up all the tiers. Okay. Like if there was just all of a sudden a flood of tiers needed to be purchased, and let's just say we ran out of liquidity, just about run out of liquidity for tiers, it will literally send tiers up to who God knows where. It's like if someone did it all at once, someone bought up all the tiers all at once, it would drive the price of tiers up over $50 per tier. And we're just talking like 150,000 tiers, however many's in there. Last time I checked, it was only about 100,000 tiers would wipe out all of it, and it would cost like tens of thousands of dollars or something. Last I looked. It's been a little while since I've looked at that. Okay. So then people aren't going to want to boon. I mean, people are going to want to boon and not grace. Because if the tiers, let's just say, let's be conservative. In my mind, this is conservative. If I'm conservative when that goes live, and this is, again, banking on a demand for pets. And why would there not be a demand for pets? That we've all been waiting on pets. Pets are a big deal. And I believe they're going to be treated as so. Okay. And that's how we're going to actually be able to get more tiers, is by the profession 10 level quest and using pets. Okay. So that's going to be what we want to do, is peers. Yes. Okay. So we're going to want the pets, but we have more heroes, way more heroes than pets and eggs combined. So like, look, there's only a total of green eggs, as we see right here. Shout out to Neindorf and Raph. Okay, we've got 42,000-ish, 42,500 green eggs in existence. We've got like 125,000 gardeners, 42,000 green eggs, 125,000 at least gardeners. We're all going to want to use a pet, because we'll be able to use it for profession 10 level quests and profession 0 level quests. So all the pets are going to be in use. Okay. And now there's going to be smart people, right, taking profits. And a lot of us probably will want to be taking some profits, because we're all broke and we're just degened out. We're like out of gas. We got no money. So we're going to be taking some profits. We're going to need that. Okay. Because if we don't have people selling, literally, we won't be able to even get pets. But there's going to be a little early cycle of people selling off, selling eggs and selling pets and selling tiers. That'll be good. But then we're going to get through that little early cycle. And guess what's coming next? Baby, PvP is coming soon. Sooner than we know, sooner than we realize. And now maybe just a little aspect of the game, okay? And we shouldn't even call it a game. That's what he said. It's not the game yet. It's not the game. But we're going to be able to testnet PvP, baby. It's coming way sooner than we know, way sooner than we realize. All right. And then, okay, after we try and get in there and break the game, which, by the way, today, shout out to Workhorse, baby. The Thief is out. Wowee, baby, doing a video later on. All right. Maybe getting Maddie Pesk on there. I hope so. Okay. Yes. Just start over. 1.5x speed, baby. Can't wait to hear. Hey, maybe on this video, we'll look at the Thief. Let's look at that. Okay. I always love watching Wowee, but I would much rather watch him, watch all that at 2x speed, because it's like, ain't nobody got time. It takes 5 hours for them. It's so in-depth and so awesome. Okay. This game is going to be so awesome. It takes them 5 hours of breaking it down. I love it. Okay. And he's part of it is Wowee, like talking out loud, trying to figure all this out himself. He just gets on there live and goes. I love it. Wowee, baby. Should get him on. So that's coming. We're going to want the pets, right? We're going to want the pets for PvP. Guess what else? Crafting. It's coming sooner than we know. It is coming sooner than we know. We're going to want the pets for crafting bonuses. Okay? But there's only 42,000 green pets. Only 42,000 green pets. 125,000 gardeners. I like, the math breaks down in my brain where all this is going to go. Then we got some big things coming. Right? Hoping and praying. We're going to be on the TV show Next Crypto Gem. That's going to be seen all over the world and by all the biggest people in crypto everywhere. Everybody's going to watch that show. At least everybody in crypto. All of George's fans are going to watch it. Okay. And all of BitBoy's fans are going to watch it. And all of whoever else, the Brian guy, and he's got 1 million followers on Twitter. And then the other girl, the gal that's going to be on there. She's got like, I don't know, 600,000 followers or something on Twitter. They're all going to watch it. They're all going to watch that show. Take it to the bank, like at a minimum. And guess what I feel real strongly about that. At least they're going to get a snippet on that show of Dreamer talking about the fundamentals of the project, exposure. It's going to come, baby. There's other things that I can't talk about. Okay. There's apparently on that TV show, there's a top 16. I guess there's like, you had like over 100 projects enter, sign up an application to be on the show, trying to be that next crypto gem. There's a top 16 and then there's a top 4. I'm hoping and praying we might even make it in that top 4. Okay. And that's like, I think the primary focus of the show. And guess what? The creator of that show is going to be on this channel live with me on Thursday at around noon-ish Central Time. I'll pin down the time. Yes. Yeah, I put Wowie. Yeah, I know. I'm always busy doing stuff. Hey, here's Jet right there. Jet and he keeps telling me, and he's been telling me all this all along. Like, he keeps lining up all these dynamite partnerships. The show apparently is going to be on Amazon Prime. It's going to be on cable TV. It's going to be in dozens of different countries. It's going to be in like 14 different languages all over the place. It's so bullish. So Jet was listening to me on Saturday. He was listening to the show. He was actually listening. He listened into my show and heard me say, man, I would love to get Jet on the show, but now he's probably too big. He's got all these huge partnerships. He's like a big dog. He's going to become a big time crypto hero. I think he's going to be a well-known dude. He's going to be, because he is an absolute gem. His heart of gold, real deal, awesome guy, authentic, honest. And he's like so hardworking. It's unbelievable. He's just like so Johnny on it. I mean, the dude, his phone's getting blown up all day by guys like me hitting him up. If I text him, boom, I get a response. He's got to just be like brr, 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 on that phone, messaging, calling, making deals, making partnerships, making it happen. He's got unlimited funding for this show. He's got some of the top producers of the show, some of the top partnerships with different networks to be on. It's got so much upside. And DeFi Kingdoms has a solid chance, my understanding, to be featured on the show. Booyah. All right. And that's not all. There's more stuff besides the show that I can't talk about coming for DeFi Kingdoms, baby. Jet, just wait. I couldn't believe it. He listened to the show and announced out to the world, Grady, yeah, I'll be on your show, baby. And he also said all kinds of announcements. He said it's been killing him. It's killing me. There's stuff I want to announce, but I can't announce it yet. But it's coming. These are big announcements coming soon. And maybe he's going to announce something on the show. Then he's going on a channel called like Binance or something on Friday. Bigger channel. I think a YouTuber. Okay. Woo! Baby. Jet, spread the word. Let's show him some love. Let's show him, how awesome the DeFi Kingdoms community is. Let's show him how awesome the DeFi Kingdoms, and I'm going to try and pin him down and be like, hey, what's our chances of being on that show? I doubt he'll be able to tell me. He said it's like hardcore NDAs with heavy penalties. So you just can't, nobody's going to know until the show actually gets launched goes on air, which is apparently probably June, possibly May, but he doubts it. Sometime early this summer, I think, pending delays. Yeah, baby. Okay. So until all this stuff comes. So I think when Profession 10 level quests go live and Green Pets go live, okay, there's going to be a little learning curve period. People are going to be selling, some of their pets. People are going to be trying to take some profits. Okay. But it won't take too long, I don't think. Unless it's just like a bust where we don't want or need the pets, which I can't imagine that being the case. That's possible though. Maybe it's just kind of like, the pets don't really help that much or something, right? Does anybody actually think they would do that? I doubt it. I don't think so. So there'll be a little period of time, right, where people start realizing, oh, damn, man, I need to be linking these pets to my heroes. I need more pets. Okay. All right. So pets are some are going to be bought, some are going to be sold, some are going to be bought. Okay. And then eventually it's going to be like, oh, man, whoa, ooh, look at those tiers. Ooh, they're going to start pumping the tiers, the actual need and demand for the tiers. It's not going to be speculative. Okay. We're going to be like, damn, I got some eggs here to hatch and I don't got enough tiers. So I just got to buy a little bit. Oh, it's killing me. And then they're going to like, we're going to wait a couple days to, accumulate some more tiers from questing. And we're going to be like, damn. And then tiers are going to be like, damn, juicy is what's going to happen with the price of tiers. Then we're going to be like, damn, man, I want more heroes so I can quest and get more tiers. What's that going to do to the floor of heroes? Floor of heroes. Oh, then we're going to want a pet for those heroes. And it's going to be like, damn, the floor is going to be like, oh, shit. And we're going to be like, all right, we got to start summoning. We got to start, which, by the way, we need tiers to summon. So we got to start summoning, because if I get these tiers, if I start questing, summoning, getting more heroes, and getting pets with the heroes, I'll get more tiers. So I can sell when the tiers go up to whatever. Who knows? 10 cents? 20 cents? There's not going to be liquidity. We're not going to have enough liquidity for it. 30 cents? What if tiers go up to 50 cents? How valuable will that make our heroes? But even if they only go up to 5 cents or something, which I can't imagine it not, at least hitting 5 cents. Hard. Pets update will be huge. Okay? So then nobody's going to be grace or favor Gaia's grace. When you got to spend, let's just say tiers go up to 10 cents for a second. Okay, so 200, that's $200 worth of tiers alone. If tiers go up to 10 cents. Yeah, so let's just say 5 cents, that's $100 worth of tiers. Okay, so are we going to want to go boon? Or are we going to want to do grace? You tell me, right? If I'm putting all this money into this egg and I can double my chances of getting a mythic and increase all those chances, because we don't want common pets. We're not going to want common pets. We want rare, legendary, and mythic pets. Everybody's going to boom. Right? So how's that going to impact the price of jade and crystal? And then everybody's going to want more heroes. And then the hero floor is going to go crazy. Then we're going to be like, all right, let's summon them. What's that going to do to the price of jade and crystal? Plus, every time that's used, 5% of that jade and crystal gets burned on top of that. Okay. And then how's that going to impact gold? No one, again, a lot of people, okay, because of the price of gas fees on the Klaytn network. No, there are now a lot more people doing the training quests, right? So there's more gold also getting dumped out into the market, because a lot of people just moved out of Klaytn, okay? And so you got all those gardeners and miners that you didn't need on Klaytn, okay? If you didn't need them, right? I did. I got all my gardeners out of there. Unless I specifically having them garden a pool that I have liquidity on, then I do leave the gardeners there. I only have my miners there, level 10 plus miners and gardeners, by the way, only. And I have those guys only doing jade mining. Okay, no gold mining. Okay, but you think that might, so I've got a lot more people doing training quests now. And I think I still have my foragers there, but I'm thinking about temporarily getting them off because Swift Thistle, what's Swift Thistle doing now? I don't know. It's like, it's not, okay, 5.5 cents, 5.8 cents. So I always bridge them over to Crystalvale, sell them there. But it's not that big of a difference. 5.5 cents versus 5.8 cents. Okay. So sometimes I'll sell them if I need to on Serendale. A lot of times I'm sending the Swift Thistle over to Crystalvale. Okay. Yeah. Nice. Zabu's grinding. He's still like some of the people, sentiment down. I'm going to keep cruising. I love it. All right. So yes. So the gold circulating supply is also right here on the market data. It's a lot. Whoa. So the gold has drastically gone up. Okay, comma. Wow. We're at about 1 billion gold now. That is drastically increased. That's because a lot more people are doing the training quest. Nobody's going to be doing the training quest, right? When the tiers start popping off again like crazy, we're all going to be, hey, ain't no thing. We're going to be looking at the Klaytn gas fees and we're going to be like, that's cheap compared to what we're getting. Okay. So gold circulating supply, right? To hatch all these eggs. If we're all hatching boon, that's 5,000 gold per egg. Okay. And this calculator doesn't even have enough zeros to handle that. Let's look at this real quick. So about 110,000. Okay. Let's look at this. 110,000 eggs. And we're not even talking gold or yellow eggs. 110,000 eggs. That times 5,000 gold. Okay. That's over 500 million. 550 million gold right there alone. Okay. Plus, the incoming supply of gold is going to be drastically reduced because of people not doing training quests anymore. Whereas that has increased here recently again because of the Klaytn gas fees. But that also is going to be reduced by 75% coming up. Klaytn gas fees are going to go down, baby. Okay. All right. So this will take a little bit of time, I think, to shake out. But like after a week, after Profession 10 and pet use comes into play and green egg hatching, after all that comes into play, there's going to be a lot of heavy buying and selling. You know, there might be a lot of people saving up tiers to dump them, you know, waiting for that to come. I know there's a lot of people holding right now because look at the value of eggs. They just keep diving. They keep crashing down. So there's going to be a lot of people, right? There's going to be a lot of people dumping this stuff early on because we're all broke. You know, we've been waiting forever and ever. So, all right. So gold eggs. Can you imagine gold eggs are at $1.61? It's like unbelievable. $1.66 there. We got blue pet eggs, 60 cents. We got gray eggs at 54 cents. Holy smokes. And 58 cents. Green eggs kind of retain some value. $1.20. I mean, not really. $1.24. We got yellow eggs at 69 cents. 76 cents on Crystalvale. Unbelievable. So, okay, but it's still, I mean, so the supply of eggs continues to increase, but the supply of eggs aren't even holding a candle compared to the supply of heroes and the demand that will be there for the eggs. So it'll take probably about a week. This stuff will start shaking out, and then the real world will hit. Okay? The real world will hit. What happened in August? Okay, let's pause for a second and look back to August. Hubert announced that he's reducing the tier drop rate by 80%. So I was like, oh, damn. I come on this channel, came on the show. Yeah, bullish on gold long term because we're going to need to use gold for everything in the game. Like stamina potions are going to go crazy when PvP comes out, obviously there, which requires tiers, gold, items. Okay. I'm loving this. Yeah, bought 2 wolf pups. I'm loving it. Yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay. So, okay. So, what happened in August when Hubert talked about an 80% reduction of drop rates of tiers? I was like, oh, damn. I immediately went and bought, I remember, 100,000 tiers. And I remember looking at the price and being like, but I don't remember what the price was. But it was like, I want to say it was so cheap, I couldn't believe it. I was like, whoa, tiers have become like worthless. I want to say, I could be wrong, I paid like 72 jewel for 100,000 gold. Or maybe it was like 172 jewel. I just can't remember. Okay. And then months go by and nothing happens to the price of tiers. It was like hardly even mattered. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing holding these tiers, holding all these items, it's killing me. I'm like the exit liquidity for everybody, holding all these damn items. And so eventually I started dumping the tiers. And I hatched a ton of eggs too and all that. As everything kept crashing down, I started hatching the eggs, doing all that. That's how we connected with the Mythic Squad, baby. And those guys, I love it. Okay. And then guess what happened? Slowly over time, what happened? Tiers ate us up like a freight train, and there wasn't anything we could really do about it. It's like there's a lot of sell pressure for tiers still, but they still kept gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining in value. Okay, and now wait until the real demand comes. What's going to happen when the real, actual game demand comes for all this stuff? Just imagine. I mean, even if we're all as a community trying to get the price cheaper, we won't be able to. Even if we're all trying to dump it, because the demand will be so high for all this stuff, for pets, okay, for stamina potions once PvP goes live. How many of us are going to be wanting to stamp pot our heroes? As high as we're going to be able to start leveling our heroes, the cap will be lifted from level 20 to level 30. How many of us are going to want to be kicking ass in PvP, baby, and get our, 3 heroes stamp potted up fast? It's going to be happening. Right? And then once crafting comes. Okay. And so, but just even with all that aside, just the profession 10 level questing and pet use case and green pets, that alone, because of the value it's going to bring to our heroes and questing, just that alone will be a driver for real. Just even if we're not trying to ape into this shit, I'm not talking about aping into anything. I'm just saying, I just need to hatch my eggs. What's going to be the impact in the ecosystem of that? Now, again, just like the tiers took a few months for that to shake out and then drive up a demand. Yes, resurrection ability, baby. We're all going to want to be, right? That's another thing. We're all going to want to dark summon, right, to get the best possible PvP heroes, right? What's that cost? Tiers. What's that cost? Heroes. I can't. It's so crazy. I can't even wrap my mind around it. And that's not even talking about trying to grow the ecosystem. We're just talking about the existing 6, 7, 8, 900 players we've got in the ecosystem playing the game. Maybe 1,000 people. I know there's probably a lot of people sleeping out there on it and kind of waiting for it to come. And it's coming. It's coming. Like Hubert actually gave us a date now. It's not at the soonest, it'll be the end of the month or anything. He like gave us hard specific dates. He never does that. Okay. So that's my honest takeaway for the DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem. Look out. People, look out. There you have it. And I know I've been saying that. I've been saying that now since what? I was listening to a video 2 months ago, and I was saying, oh, it's delays. At that time, 2 months ago, I was talking everything's delayed. It's been delayed for like 3 or 4 months. It's been kicking us in the freaking rear. The sentiment is so down. So with all this hatching and all the summoning that's going to come and all this stuff, what's that going to do to the price of Jewel, baby? All the need for more power ups. We're going to need more power ups, right? But also, all that stuff happens. 10% of all those fees for Jade and Crystal, which is very bullish for Jade and Crystal. But 10% of that is sold into Jewel, by the way. Every summon, every hatch, every duel. Like on duels, 75% of the Jade and Crystal is burned. Are they gonna implement pets into duels? That's interesting. Okay. All right. So, but until all this comes, because all the delays have been killing us, the sentiment is so down. No need to speculate. It's like, this won't be a speculative thing. This will just be like, hey, whoa, this is cool. I just want to hatch my egg. I just want to hatch my few eggs here. And it's like, damn, I need some more tiers. Okay. When enough people start just not aping in, it's not what I'm talking about at all. Not doing any of that. They're just going to be trying to play the game and wanting to have pets for their heroes. And so they can profession 10 level quests. Just basic demand, like minimum amount of demand. I'm not talking about aping into pets and stuff. I'm just saying they just need a few pets here and there. It's going to cause all of this to go nuts. Yeah, any gamers used to delays waiting for games. That's right. They're hyped up for it. It will come. It always does. Like with League of Legends, when they announce that a new hero is being worked on, or they're going to launch a new hero, it takes like 9 months to a year for that one hero to get launched onto the game. It's like they don't even try to say they're going to do it in 4 months. They're just like 9 months to a year. Sometimes they get it sooner. Yeah. Versus a rushed iteration of a game any day. Yeah. We are super crazy early adopters into this game. It's not even a game yet, really. I mean, it's a game. It's definitely a game, and there's a lot to do, and it's a lot to wrap our minds around. It's going to be difficult getting new people into it to really wrap their mind around everything. Because there's it's a lot to learn. But it just takes a little time. You stick with it. You just kind of play around with it, get a hero here and there, quest it, do a few things with it. All right. Plus, I think a lot of the people that have been in it and kind of gave up on it, they're going to hear about it when the ecosystem explodes, when the sentiment goes up. Right now, the sentiment is so horrible. It's horrible. And people are just dumping everything. And so it's like, until this comes, which I'm, again, about 3 weeks. I think this week we've got the gene reroll updates. Okay, all that's coming. Okay, so, all right. So there's my DeFi Kingdoms update. I want to talk a little bit more about what you guys think is going to happen with the markets. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this. I'm guessing if I'm Apple, right, I'm a little bit nervous having my money, my cash, my $250 billion in the bank. Yeah, baby. Yeah. 30K by May. I love it. Oh, 30K Bitcoin? I think for sure. That's what I'm thinking. Right? So I can't think of anything better to buy right now than Bitcoin. Are people going to go into the stock market right now? Like the banks are collapsing left, right, and center. We had multiple banks worldwide, by the way. All the banks are so tied together worldwide. It's like a domino effect. Once one starts collapsing, they all start collapsing. Okay. Yeah, baby. Larry Binance, baby. Okay. So can the Fed keep raising rates? Because look, we didn't even know the banks were this broke. It's not like the banks have been attacked. We didn't even know. There wasn't some fear of bank runs that I've heard of in a while. Like, that's been a long time. Even though I've been expecting bank runs for a long time. It's like, I'm surprised there hasn't been tons of bank runs. But I haven't heard of that being a public fear in a, this came out of nowhere for me. Okay. It was like, what? Bank runs? Like, what's going on? Okay. It's not like the banks are being attacked. It just shows you how frail these banks are. How confident if they're really smart, the big money, where do they want to go? Do they want to have it in the banks? Okay, if banks are collapsing, do we want to be in the stock markets? Right? So, and if the Fed keeps raising the rates, it just puts more squeeze on the banks. Because as the rates go up, it kills their bonds. And they're so over leveraged in bonds, including, by the way, USDC, not BUSD. We don't got to worry about that with BUSD because they're actually 1-to-1 backed by the dollar. USDC is only 20% backed by the dollar, by the way. 80 or like 22%, 23% backed by the dollar, apparently. They upped it. They upped it, baby. They went from 20% to 23%. Yeah, baby. 23% backed by the dollar, 77% backed by government bonds. Okay, not Paxos, by the way. But the SEC was out there protecting us, right? They're protecting their own. That's all they're doing. Okay. So if I'm Apple, what the hell am I going to do? Right? So the government's bailing us out, printing up that monopoly money, the fake money called the US dollar. They can just, when Terra Luna, right? When that happened, did anybody step in and bail us out? We just had to, but here's how it happens in the real world. Oh, you run out of money, bank? You run out. We got you, baby. Here, let's just go to that extra Monopoly box in the closet. Just grab some money. Just grab some extra money, baby. Get it out there. We got you back. And then we got Joe Biden, coming up saying, hey, your money is safe in the banks. We just want to let you know. In these ridiculously frail banks that takes just a tiny little bit really to make them crumble to the ground, just a little bit, little happening, boom, crumble. That's all it takes. Your money's safe because we got a Monopoly box in the closet and we got an extra Monopoly box called the Fed. We got you. Hey, This is how this works in the real world. Apparently, you run out of money as long as you are in the right system with the right people. We got you. We'll just get you some extra money in the closet back over here, right? We got you. Right, USDC. So then, okay, right, without any assistance of trying to make them collapse, it just collapsed. It wasn't like they were attacked. It's like, but it still just collapsed anyways. We got you, baby. This is how it works in the real world, baby. You run out of money, we just go get some money for you. We got you. What the hell? Imagine if it was actually targeted and attacked. Like with anything compared to what like Luna was attacked with, or what Tether, by the way, has been attacked with. Tether had a $20 billion bank run on it one time. Didn't have a single problem. Didn't even, no problems in claiming one Tether for $1. 20 billion. This wasn't even a bank run. They're just like, none of us saw this coming with USD coin. Okay. And then just, they're like, oh, we're waiting for a wire transfer. So we got to close down, we got to cease redemptions, early on Friday. Boom. Went all wick down to 82 cents. Look how frail that coin is. How can we trust that? Okay. He got his $3.3 billion back. Awesome. How can we trust that? $3.3 billion is what took them to pause redemptions? Waiting on a bank transfer of $3.3 billion? Tether had a $20 billion bank run on it. Look how, okay, UST with a much smaller market cap, by the way, it was only a $20 billion market cap. It had a $5 billion attack. Plus it was like shorted and all kinds of like, it was right when Kwon was pulling out of the curve pools and readjusting the curve pools and do the timing. It just like was weird. And with no help and no assistance, he still like it dipped down, if you remember, and then he brought it back just about up to peg. It was like back up to like 98 cents. And then it dipped way down again, and then he brought it back up again to close to 90 cents. Without any love or any help. And of course, that wrecked all of the assets backing it. Okay. No help, no love. And it was our own turning on each other, too. Okay. Okay. We got Link. Give me a shout out here. I love you, Link. Okay. Yeah, Vitalik. Yeah, when I heard that Vitalik bought all that USDC, that was like your biggest vote of confidence right there. I didn't hear that though till had I known that, I'd have just been like, damn, I'm going to buy some USDC. That's what I did with UST, by the way. I sent in about $100,000 as it was depegging because I was just so confident in that we would rally together and just make it happen. But the opposite happened. So that's why I'm sure as hell I'm getting out of stablecoins. That's what I did. All of them. All of them. I'm not going through that again. Holy smokes. Talk about PTSD. Everyday people waiting on a bank transfer gets charged $40 both ways or $20, right? Bouncing checks. Yeah. Banks do it with billions. We'll get you on Friday. It's just like came out of nowhere. Imagine if now Now people's radars are up. They're like, oh shit, these banks. And it happened at First Republic Bank today. It happened to Signature Bank. Several banks today collapsed. If you look at the stock market, we had Charles Schwab crashing. We had some banks down like 40, 50% in their stock prices and stuff. Just like bank runs happening. So, hey, it's all right, though. The government stepped in and they turning on that money printer. We got you, baby. Hey, you run out of money in this world. We're just going to go get our monopoly money, baby. Does that add up to anybody here? It's like insane that people don't get this. And then they're going after crypto? Right. It's like, freaking evil to the core. So what do we do? Right? Because Signature Bank today, I need to check and see if I can withdraw from Binance.us again. Because did Binance.us use Signature Bank? Who do they? Because I had no problems cashing out and sending to my bank. Okay, but they're talking about the what's everybody calling it? Operation Chokehold. Like where we can't get fiat in and out of crypto in the United States. It's only in the United States because of our awesome government trying to protect us all from all that bad crypto stuff out there, trying to protect us, right? So we can't use crypto. How awesome job they've done of protecting us, right? Right. Going after Paxos. This actually is backed 1-to-1 by the dollar. Of course, they go after Binance.us. They're USDC, they're good. We got you, baby. We're going to bail you out. Binance, we're going to shut you down. Man, the government is really our hero, aren't they? Gotta love it. Tell you what, man. Okay. So here's the only problem I see with Bitcoin is that if we don't have fiat on and off ramps, okay, it's going to mean that we have to be able to buy stuff in Bitcoin. And how are we going to be able to buy Bitcoin and use it? I don't think Coinbase is going anywhere. They're going to figure it out. I don't think Binance.us is going anywhere, but who knows? They just hate Binance so much. But at least we'll have Coinbase, right? I mean, they're so in bed with all the bad actors. They're going to figure out a way. I'm sure we'll at least have Coinbase, right? Surely. I don't know what's going on with Gemini. Can we cash out of Gemini? Last time I tried to log into my Gemini account, I just couldn't. I don't have much of hardly anything in there, but crypto.com, we can't cash out into the banks, but I think you can still connect with a debit card, but can you cash out? But other than your own debit card, now that's nice, which I have, but I haven't used it. Okay. So I think the more I think about it, I'm kind of going down a path here of thinking. The more I think about it, crypto's too big to where they're actually going to choke out all the banks. I don't think that's coming, but that's what a lot of people are saying, like Crypto Banter and those guys. I love Miles, by the way. Miles has just been on fire with Crypto Banter. He just helped. I had this crazy big breakthrough when I was in ETH Denver. And it was actually Miles, of all people. The way Miles handles the haters is just awesome. You can just watch it. He'll just read all the comments and people will just bash on him and he'll read it. And it's just and just go on to the next question. It's doesn't phase him. There's something about his resilience and work ethic that's just solid. I love it. Okay. Yes. So presence in Asia, baby. It's coming. So I hear it a lot. People say Klaytn didn't bring on any new users. Well, hang on, guys. It takes time, especially in this game. It takes months to actually get into the ecosystem and know what the hell you're doing. Even if you're doing it like 8 hours a day, it's going to take a month, 8 hours a day to really know all the ins and outs as it is right now, let alone by the time all this new stuff comes in PvP and then PvE and crafting. So the time to get people into this ecosystem is now, because already it blows their minds when I bring in a new player and I'm telling them everything going on and all the ins and outs. Their head is spinning of all the stuff they got to learn and do. Okay. And so we got to simplify it and make it fun and cool and easy. And that's kind of I have such a systematic process of learning. I have to learn things step by step. And I like fully learn each step. And then I go on to the next step. And that's how I walk people through. But some people just like to learn everything real fast, even though you're only retaining probably less than 10%. But you get in there, get your feet wet, and then you just start figuring stuff out. And people learn that way. Either which way you learn, okay, it's going to take more time. It's going to take a long time as it is. MetaMask killing me. All the little glitches of MetaMask you got to learn. There's so many things all the time you got to figure out. Okay, so I don't think they're ever going to stop some kind of fiat on-ramp is going to stay available. I think. Mookie, baby, start over. Sardo, baby, I love you guys. Sardo Fritz, Mookie, start over. 2x speed or 1.5x speed at least. Get in here. We're talking about some juicy, awesome stuff. Get in here, start over, catch up. Okay, you guys are like my freaking heroes. I'll tell you what. Okay, so I don't think we're gonna be prevented with fiat on and off ramps. I don't think they're gonna completely shut that down on us. I wonder what's going on. Does anybody know how Gemini's fiat on and off ramp is? All I know is I just did Binance and it worked. Perfect, no problem. Binance.us. Last time I used, it's been a little while, but I did this a couple months ago, maybe with Uphold, and Uphold worked just fine too. Fiat on and off ramp. Okay. So that we got to have that. And, or we at least got to have like a crypto.com card type thing, right? We can spend our crypto. So we would need a way to get money in. And then if that's our only outlet, we could survive with a crypto.com card as long as that doesn't get shut down. Okay. But so I'm almost sure crypto's way too big to just shut down, essentially. They're not going to shut it down. There's no way. There's just no way. I think we're way past that. Okay. We're way past that. They're not shutting it down. I know Gary Gensler's doing his damnedest. Okay. So, so if I'm Apple, or if you have $5 million sitting around, do you want that sitting in your bank account? Do you want it in gold, like fake gold that's not actually backed, even though technically it's supposed to be backed, but it's not? Do you want to buy up a bunch of gold and have it shipped to your house? That's an option, I guess. It's not very easy to sell. It's not liquid. It's easier to sell if you don't have the physical gold, but it's not really backed. It's inflationary. They keep finding tons more gold. It's manipulated. I don't want to mess with gold. That's me. And you look at the price and it's like, even in risk off times, gold did nothing. After FTX, I mean, gold is up a little bit, but did gold really do much? Like I don't even know if it hit all-time highs. I just look at Pax Gold. Okay, that is up a little bit. Let's look at the chart here. Let's look at the 180-day chart. Look at this. This is in November. So when FTX was crashing, guess what else was crashing? Gold. This is just mirroring the gold value. And it's actually backed by gold. Okay. So gold, I mean, how long do we have to go? What has it been? 15 years? Can we look at a 15-year chart? Let's look at the 15-year chart. How far back does this thing go? That's the max chart, huh? It's just like, for 15 years. It's like the dollar has outperformed gold. And even in the scariest, risky times, you still don't see money going into gold. Right? Do we really want to be doing that? And everybody year after year for like 15 years since 2008. 2008, gold hit its all-time high. And it's like, and this was it. It was like $2,000. And finally, we got back up there, baby. After 15 years, we got back up to an all-time high. You know, somewhere in here, one of these wicks up. We want to be doing that? 15 years? The dollar's outperformed gold? Gold hasn't even done anything. It hasn't kept up with inflation or anything. I don't get why people are saying gold's going to double again. Maybe it will. I mean, I still say I'd rather be in gold than the dollar, but it hasn't even come close to outperforming the dollar's like doubled its value compared to gold. Can you believe that? Since 2008. It's like awful performer. So after 15 years, is it 15 years not long enough? We're going to go through, what are these gold cycles? Like 40-year cycles? Are we going on 40-year cycles of gold? Is that what we're doing now? I mean, do we, is that not going to be replaced with Bitcoin? Right? It's Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatever else crypto you believe in, like Jewel, baby. It's Jewel. I mean, for us, we're a bunch of Jewel maxis, baby. It's Binance Coin. It's Avalanche. It's Cosmos. It's Ethereum. I mean, primarily Bitcoin and Ethereum. Probably our safest bets. Binance Coin, if you ask me, is a very safe bet. Just because of who's behind it and the tokenomics and the demand. Okay. I don't know about Solana. I'm staying away from Solana. I don't know about Polkadot either, but there has been some encouraging things about Polkadot, but look at it. It's not doing nothing. I don't know about Polkadot either. I do have a little bit of Polkadot. I'm bullish on Avalanche, super bullish on Cosmos. Just fundamentally speaking, super bullish on Cosmos, super bullish on Chainlink. They're going to have their days. Cosmos, same deal. Their messaging is weak. If they had Charles Hoskinson on Cosmos, they'd be in the top 5. I mean, just snap, done. That simple. Okay. I've heard good things about Near, Ogre, and those guys. We're talking about Near, baby. What do you guys think? VeChain, maybe some good things going on there. Algorand, I don't know. I don't know about Algorand. The Graph, there's EOS way down here. They're supposed to be the rock stars. Phantom's been pumping, right? Sandbox is interesting. I'm just holding on. Stacks is interesting because of Bitcoin. They're trying to do the layer 2 for Bitcoin. So interesting stuff. Okay. So what else? I don't see a path. First of all, I don't think they're going to be raising the rates anymore. But I guess it's possible they're going to be like talking out of both sides of their mouth. They're going to be raising rates and still bailing out the banks. How do you do that? How do you raise rates and turn on the money printer? I mean, how do you do that? It's such a fiasco. Goodness gracious, man. Okay. It's just madness, if you ask me. Absolute madness. Okay. Yes, the thief, baby. Okay, I bought and staked a little bit of, okay, yeah, I believe in everything. A lot of these Cosmos coins, this is an interesting one. What the heck happened to Juno, man? Can we get our stuff out of Juno yet? Anybody know that? I got a decent chunk of change in there. And I just used the Kepler wallet, try to get in there, and I can't get it out. I even had some USDC in there. Okay. I think that like Juno was compromised or something happened. I forget now. Okay. So if I've got millions of dollars, and I remember having this dilemma with like $2 million, let alone if I had 10 million or 20 or 50 or $100 million. Aren't I going into Bitcoin? Am I going into the stock market? I'm thinking some of it I'll diversify in there, but I'm like leery of touching the stock market right now. I don't want it in the bank. This is why Bitcoin was created, right? So I was actually wondering this morning, I was like, is Bitcoin going to pump up to like 30 grand today? It could have happened. But the government came, bailed everybody out and put everybody at ease. I don't see them raising the rates, though. That would be so weird if they raise the rates still. So freaking bastards, man. And Silicon Valley Bank was cashing out the CEO and COO and CFO and OOs, all the OOs, all the COs out there. They were cashing out millions of dollars before this happened. Is that not a crime? Really? Like they didn't even believe in the bank. They got it out of there. So we see the domino effects happening. Isn't Bitcoin? I'm not going into Tether. I'm not going into USDC. If I'm selling and taking profits, I'm going into crypto right now. I don't. We see how frail all this is. How it just doesn't really take much, and it takes someone bailing them out. Basically, it takes the government coming in with their fake monopoly money, swooping in and bailing them out. Otherwise, crashed, all of it. Banks are crashed, all of it's crashed. I think today would have been an absolute bloodbath of bank runs happening left, right, and center. Had they not stepped in super stealth mode, right, with the government being so quick to act and actually get something done. Wow. They actually did that for their bank buddies, baby. Isn't that amazing? Okay. We've hit on CZ. Plus, on top of that, by the way, CZ is buying $1 billion split 3 ways into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance Coin. And maybe he already did. I think he's like slowly trickling in. So that's $1 billion of real dollars worth of buy pressure is a lot in this ecosystem. Okay. The market cap has nothing to do with the actual amount of dollars in. Okay. The market cap is just the price that someone's willing to pay for a coin times their circulating supply of coins. That's it. But if there's not liquidity and stuff, like $1 billion potentially could pump a coin 100x, you know. Like if someone came in and bought $10 million worth of Jewel, that would take its market cap from $20 million to like $1 billion. Just, I want even $1 million worth of Jewel right now bought in the DEX. It's just really kind of the only spot you can buy it. That would probably pump Jewel up to like what, $10 or something, which would be, I wonder what $1 million would actually do to the, just $1 million a purchase right now, let alone some of these other ones where there's very low liquidity, like with Jade, and it's a little bit scary even the lack of liquidity. But as the demand raises, which it's coming, we know the demand for Jade and Crystal is coming, right? It's coming. Right now, everybody's dumping it, but it's going to come hard. There's not a ton of liquidity to hatch all those eggs and to do more. Like everything's going to be on fire in the whole ecosystem. We got to feed the pets. We're going to need the items and just on and on. Okay. So that's DeFi Kingdoms. Also, I need to figure out when I'm getting, so Thursday, Jet with Next Crypto Gym coming on the channel. Help, guys, this is a big deal. It's like massively big deal. Let's show him some mega love and get lots of likes and bell buttons and support on Twitter and love on Twitter. Got to do it. Also, I talked to the Mind Games guys. I'm like, what's going on with Mind Games? Because Bartertown and some of those guys, hello, Drake on digital. I want to get him on the channel, but Drake, was interested in Wait or not Wait in Mind Games. Talked about trying to get them on the channel. Talked to we need to figure out what's going on. Who are these devs? Is this a real deal? Mind Games. Then I want to get Bloater Punch, baby. Got to get him on the channel. I think very soon, but I haven't chatted with him yet today. I need to jump off here. Earlier, we had Doug Hype in the house, baby. I think he's probably starting his Twitter Spaces thing for his for his golden baboons, which I don't get it. I just know his heart is right. He's just like Web3 guy, bullish. Web3, just trying to support projects. I love that guy. And maybe it's legit. Who knows? Like, if you'd have asked me if the Bored Ape Yacht Club is legit, I would have thought you're crazy. So I don't know. I don't get it. Still trying to get it, especially when we don't even know, like he said, all these SEC regulations. So there's stuff they can't say. So it all, like, I don't get it. I wouldn't want to mess with all that, but maybe somehow there's a demand. How is there a demand to spend millions of dollars for a Bored Ape NFT? Like, I don't get it. Why would I want to do that? Okay. I guess the celebrities like to. All right, guys. Anything else? So I want to get these guys. I want to hear about Dragon's Crossing, because that's really interesting to me. Because he had a vision from my takeaway with Dragon's Crossing is a year to a year and a half ago, like over a year ago, they started on this thing with a vision of having just a simple game, but a fun game to play, ready to play on day one, launched with solid tokenomics. Not be like, he just wants to be an awesome, legit project. I love it. So that sounds solid. And everything that I see, like the music they put out yesterday, that was fire. That was absolutely fire. Let's listen to that real quick. Okay. Dragons. Crossing. Okay. So they had their town hall. He clacked it out of the park, baby. And then yesterday, this right here, man. This is awesome. I want to see what's going on here. So you listen to the whole song. It's really good. Violin in there, and then it just gets really good at the end too. It's so good. Like this is fire, man. So the vision here seems solid. Like this dude was a man on a mission. They just somehow did this, started this thing. So I want to see, okay, my takeaway is that the game is ready to play on day one when it's launched, like in May. It's already almost ready, is my takeaway. Has he done a demo? Like he showed me kind of like a demo, I thought, but I was on my cell phone, the internet was down. And it's like I want to wrap my mind around some more of the game, what's coming, what this is all about. So we're going to do it. We're going to pin them down, baby. All right. I love you guys. About Life Podcast. Need to get About Life Podcast. I might be going again later on tonight with About Life Podcast, baby. Okay. I love you guys. Anything else? I think I'm out. Crypto Grady out. Love you guys.